Hello everyone and welcome to another Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft, and it's a pretty easy first pick in here. Zodiac Cliff is simply the best uncommon in the set. I think it's very easy to say that. It's only one color, it is also splashable and incredibly powerful and easy to make work because the enchant artifact part is of course in this particular format not a big deal. A lot of artifacts and artifact generating cards are present in the format, so I can just take that over like a bitter triumph, which would be my second choice out of this pack. But let's move on. Okay, I'm not taking a blue card out of this pack. There is a very good two-color card I think I had in my previous draft deck at multiple copies. But I think I'll take the Brass's Tunnel Grinder. It's slow but incredibly powerful if you get to flip it, and basically the point is that you don't lose a card when you play this. You don't even have to discard a card when you play this. You always draw a card to replace the artifact itself, but of course you want to make sure you will start getting those counters on it. So unless you have already triggered descent by some other means, you will usually discard a permanent card to this thing to get the first counter. And this pack is, other than this uncommon and the Brass Tunnel Grinder, somewhat of a weak pack. Xenoth Scout is good and would be pickable also, but I think it's an easy grinder, especially because red and blue is a very good combination of colors in this set, and I even get a pretty nice gift of Geological Appraiser here. A very first pickable uncommon, just a clean 2-for-1 that also most of the time nets you a pretty nice amount of tempo if you get like a 2 or 3 mana card that you can profitably cast, which is most of the time. Of course, sometimes you will get something like a combat trick, and then of course you might not want to cast it immediately, but yeah, very good card, easily the best card in the pack. The other options that are nice picks would be like the Sunfire Torch, not amazing but totally something you can play in every red deck. Poison Dart Frog if you would be green, but of course I want to try to make the blue-red work. I don't know if I'm gonna get any good blue cards passed to me, but I can even just splash the Zodiac Cliff, especially if one of my main colors is going to be red. Red has a bunch of treasure token generation. Well, this pack doesn't seem great. I mean, I know what I'm gonna take here. It's going to be the Goblin Tomb Raider. It's a very good card, especially in blue-red, but there's a good chance I'm not gonna be blue-red. I'm hoping like a white red, which can still be a pretty artifact heavy deck to make this thing, work. You don't want to play 1 mana 1/2. Bartolome is, I think, the best card in the pack, but of course completely opposite of what I've been drafting in color wise. Shipwreck Sentry. Well, if I know I'm gonna be blue-red, I would take the Tomb Raider always above the Sentry. So let's just take this and move on. I really hope that there's gonna be some reasonable blue here, which is not the case. There's like a pathfinding Axejaw. Sadly though, red and green eye is the worst combination of colors for artifact heavy deck, because green doesn't really have a lot of artifacts, and the glyph might not be in the deck even. So I have a couple of options. I can hope that the Zoyoba comes back for some reason. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a pick 9 here, but I have seen it sometimes go late, so it's a possibility. I could take the Tithing Blade, which also synergizes with the Zodiac Cliff, so the point would be to be like a red and black splashing for the Cliff. Other options, yeah, I'm not taking these blue cards. I could take the Monsters Thrower or the, I don't know, Baxjaw actually, but you know what, I'm gonna try to make still gonna try to make the Cliff work here. And despite that Axejaw, I don't think green was that open, although I did see the frog earlier. Well, anyway, here we have Idol of the Deep King. Still nothing from blue. Despite there being 3 blue cards, there's nothing I'm really gonna play here. So I think the Idol is the easy pick here. over Tinker's Toad. If I knew I'm white-red, I think a Toad might be the better option. But the Idol is still an artifact. Works with the Tomb Raider. Works with the Cliff if I may end up playing that thing. The Abuelo's Awakening is not really a high pick. I'll take this because it seems like I will be red and the Idol is not a completely embarrassing card. And I actually get a pick 7 Clockwork Wrestler, which is an easy pick. Also being an artifact, making the Tomb Raider and the Cliff better. Also just a decent card in this set, definitely. And Confounding Riddle wouldn't be unplayable. I would maybe take it. Or maybe the Marionette if I didn't have the Wrestler here, but yeah, I'll take the Wrestler. So that is the easy pick here, and I really hope to just be blue and red. And I have a good option here in the Brackish Plunder. Now, the Dowsing Device, I'm not too impressed with this card. You can get some hasty attacks out of it, and then the land is nice, but it's not like not crazy as something like the flipped tunnel grinder here, the Tekutlan. The Searing Rift is incredibly powerful, of course. Just getting free spells there. This is a sorcery speed pump. Even though it gives haste, it's nice, but not really that strong. I'll take the Blunder here because this also can give me an artifact, so there's a reason to pick it. So I think I will be able to kind of force blue-red in this draft. But in case I still end up something else, because I don't really care about the Reminiscence or the Brine Fang really much at all. The Eclipse, the Mycoid Offering. These are fine options from black. I mean, this is of course a sideboard card, but it can be an incredibly strong one. I think out of these, I'll take this black sideboard card. I really hope I don't have to play black here. Okay, the Panicked Aldersaur. There's a Sage of Days. The Sage of Days does combine with the Brass's Tunnel Grinder for sure. But I don't think I have any other reason to be playing this kind of a Descent enabling card. The Aldersaur is nice, but I'm not necessarily needing a 5-drop here. Maybe I'll just try to take the Sage. It's not like an unplayable card even. I mean, it's good in the decks that really want to get this Descent stuff going on. In my deck, the only thing that actually can even care about the ability is the Grinder here. But it's still a 3-mana 3/2 that gives you some selection. And I might find some other reasons to, benefit from the ability. Here I could take the Pirates, or I could take the Pilgrim as another artifact. I think I'll take the Pirates here. It's not an artifact by itself, but if I get enough of them, this can be a pretty reliable way to play a little bit overcosted creature, but with the ability definitely worth 4 mana. Here I'll just take a random uncommon. I don't think I'm gonna be black anymore, so I'll take this. The Skulltaker could be a pick if I really thought that I could still be red-black, which I guess is possible if I open a black bomb mythic or something. Alright, let's take the Blade Monster here. I'm not going to play the Stupefaction thing, I'll just take this uncommon here for Volt value. Alright, well, I didn't open a bomb mythic from red, but I got a very good card in the Magmatic Galleon. Now, neither a 5-mana sorcery speed deal 5 or a 5-mana 5/5 vehicle that has crew 2 is very exciting, but when you have those two cards in one 5-mana effect, let's rather those two effects in one 5-mana card, that is of course very good. So that's an easy pick. Other good option would be the Dreadmoss Ire, the Volatile Vandercliff. I'm definitely interested in now having any creature that is also an artifact, but yeah, easy first pick here. Now this is the kind of 5-drop I'm very happy to have around. Okay. There's actually a little bit different choice than it would be. I mean, the choice is the same than usual, but I mean, normally the Belligerent Yelling would be a snap pick here, just too efficient for a 2-mana 3/2 trample with a minor upside. Although in red-blue, the upside is not going to be that often relevant, but 2-mana 3/2 trample is always a great 2-drop. Just to get your curve going, trading with more expensive cards is possible with this and all that. Even tramples when a 2/1 is gonna block it. But there's an Oaken Siren which works better in this deck. And this is the case where Oaken Siren is the peak over the Yelling in a pack one, pick one situation, I would always take the Yelling if it would be a rather weak pack, but this would be a fine first pick over the Siren. But now I have too much energy for the Siren to pass up that card. Excuse me. Alright, I don't know about this pack. It's very disappointing pack. I wish this pack had now, maybe the previous pack I take the 3-2 Trampler for 2 and I would get an Oaken Siren now. That would be great. At least a greater start to this pack 2 than what I'm gonna get now. I took the Siren. I'm gonna actually cut the Tithing Blade here. So problem is I don't care about this. It's too janky. I haven't even tried to play this with this card ever. Maybe if I first picked this from a week back in some draft, but I haven't been in that situation. I'm not gonna fool around with this card. Sentry Hazard. I don't think this pack has anything good. I'm just gonna take 20 gems. There are some sideboard cards, but I'm gonna get a Tectonic Hazard later on. I just took this for 20 gems. And it's possible I somehow end up playing this, but it's really unlikely. Anyhow, now I'm not getting a bad pack. I'm actually... I mean, why couldn't one of these cards be in the previous one? Because I would take the Tomb Raider, the Iceberg, the Siren, and the Scallywag and be happy with any of those picks. What is my choice now? How many artifacts do I have? 5 only out of 12 cards. I think I'll just take a straight up artifact here. Oaken Siren number 2. Also, when you have a 5-drop artifact, the Sirens can really matter in terms of getting this on the battlefield earlier. And of course, these are just fantastic cards with the Exotic Cliff. Turn 2 Siren, turn 3 Cliff is really devastating. Okay, here I think another Tomb Raider is good. Another good combination is to have an early game with Tomb Raiders and Sirens. Definitely nice pickup in here. Not really. I mean, the only other options you could consider is the Sunshot Militia. And while it's good, I think the Raider is better for this set of cards that I have been picking. And here I'm going to take the Inverted Iceberg, another nice way to make the Cliff a great turn 3 play, because of course whenever you get the Cliff on turn 3, it's even more ridiculous. It's always going to be good even on turn 7, but the turn 3 Cliff, especially on the play, it can be just the game over almost. Alright, Iceberg is the card, and let's move on. And I got enough blue in this pack too, mostly because I didn't really pass it in pack 1. And look at this, I'm getting rewarded with a Waterwind Scout pick 7. There's also a Miner's Guidewing here, so that's a weird pack. Blue-white. One of the better blue and white commons are here, but I'm happy to take the one that fits my colors in here. And another good white common in here. For me, there's basically 2 options. There's the Hotfoot Gnome, which I don't know if I'm gonna play. I guess I can cut the Sage of Days and play that instead. I have a bunch of 3-drops already. I could take a sideboard card, Hunter's Blowgun. It's not actually bad with the double Tomb Raider. And I don't have any Pirate Hats yet, so I actually think in here the Blowgun is better than the Gnome. I don't generally like this card too much. 3 mana 3/1 is not great, even though the Haste Granting ability can, of course, do some good work in some games, but it's not really consistently a relevant ability. Sometimes it's just a 3 mana 3/1 haster, and if the opponent has something like a Tinker's Toad, it's really awkward. Or, Cockwork Wrestler and stuff like that. Anyway, I think I don't need the Puzzle Door. I'll take my first cave land. I can sack for value. Here I can take the Reminiscence now. As a sideboard card, I don't intend to play it in the main deck, and I got the Tectonic Hazard sideboard card, which is a better choice than the Swash Buckler Sweep. I don't really expect to be using 8 mana a lot, although... No, the equipped creature has the abilities, yeah, so it's not easy always to use the Oaken Siren mana boost for it, because the creature would have to be an artifact creature to be able to use that ability. Alright, I'll take the Sentry. I might need some 2-drop still. Sentry is a playable card at least. Okay, Relic's Roar or Cave Worm. I think I'm gonna take the Roar in this case. It's a sideboard card. I don't usually play it in the main deck, but you could. I might get some more cards like things that make treasure or map tokens, and that can even be considered as a main deck card in that case. I don't like to, transform my actual creatures into 4/3s. I prefer to use this on stuff that isn't a creature in the first place. Alright, Well, this pack has two very good options. The Staunch Crewmate, of course, very good 2-drop, and I actually wouldn't mind a 2-drop at all. I have only 2 creatures, because I don't necessarily want to play the Sentry, although I might end up doing that. But Poetic Ingenuity. Yeah, the first ability is nice, but the second ability fuels it, and that's the better one. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 dino. You can trigger it only once per turn, but so far I have 8 artifact spells. I mean, I would actually really like the crewmate here, but this is such a strong effect. It's a tough choice, but I'm gonna take the... I almost was picking the crewmate because it's a better mana curve, better play mana curve wise, but this is just too good. Because you don't have that much difficulties making like 2 dinos from this, and when you get 2 it's really good, and any extra is gonna make it, very difficult for the opponent to try to, stay in the game. Okay, this pack of course has a lot of good options. Plundering Pirate is good too, but it's not going to be the peak. I think I will take a actual removal spell here, maybe the Triumphant Jump. I don't really have a lot of those. Pirate Hat is good, Charlie's Favor is good, of course the Rare is incredibly good. Gnome could be played as a 2-drop, which I'm lacking here, and it's also an artifact, but I'm taking the Jump in here and hoping to get some good ones, which I don't actually... it's really disappointing pack here now. I think I'll just have to take the Ancestral 8, but I'm not happy about that. I have a very low creature count here, so combat tricks aren't very good if you run the risk of having a no creatures situation on the battlefield and you have combat tricks in your hand. They are totally dead cards. But I'm not playing this 5-drop here. I have enough. I mean, this is mostly like an aggressive deck. I don't need a 5-drop. Okay, now I'm happy to take an Oaken Siren here. Very, very good pickup here. It's an easy choice over the Iceberg. And why haven't I done this? I don't know. Sorry. I guess at this stage of the format, most of you have, you are familiar enough with the cards, but I should have made the cards larger there. Alright, anyway, Siren is a very good pickup. I still would want to have some help for the early drops, and well, this pack doesn't disappoint me at all. Practice Plunderer, the Ire, the Wrestler, and even the Plundering Pirate is still, a possible play, but I think I will prefer the artifacts, actual artifacts, because this Poetic Ingenuity only cares about me casting an artifact spell, so things that create me artifact tokens don't trigger this. I have to cast an actual artifact, so I'm gonna take another Wrestler. Otherwise I could consider the Ire or the Bounce Spell or something, but let's just make sure I have a lot of artifacts, and I'm just taking the 4th copy of the Siren. I really wish I would get the Pirate Hat. It's also an artifact, but I don't have a... Do I have any dinos here? No. So it's not gonna be possible to actually even craft it. So let's take this. And now if I get one Pirate Hat, I would be very happy. And look at this. This isn't even the one I saw earlier because it's only pick 7. So yeah, Pirate Hat with the quadruple Siren is very nice. Alright, I don't still think that the Dowsing Device is what I want. I mean, I would take it if the Hidden Volcano wasn't here, but I think I'll take the Volcano, although the Dowsing Device with so many artifact creatures. Okay, I'm actually taking it now. Because this, when you have an artifact creature that you cast and it enters the battlefield, it's actually getting the haste effect from this device by alone. Otherwise, when you play artifacts, I mean, when you play a regular creature, you don't get to give it haste with this unless you can also follow it up with another artifact entering the battlefield. Alright, now I'll think... I'll take the hot foot, no, whatever. I mean, this actually turned out really good. I can take another Pirate Hat or the Plundering Pirate. Well, I think the Pirate Hat is just better. Look at these Tomb Raiders, these Sirens. It's gonna be better. Yeah. Okay. And let's take an uncommon, which technically I could sideboard in, but I have had only disappointments with this card, so I'm not gonna really do that. A couple of cards to wrap up the draft. Come on. One pack shouldn't take that long, a few seconds. Alright. And here are our cards. Let's take the blue, red, and artifacts. Nope, 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 nope. Not gonna play these in the main deck. I have 5 or 4 cards. I have a fairly low mana curve, so I can play 16 lands easily, but I do have also 2 pirate hats, which are a good way to get rid of your extra lands. But I think it's still not... There's no reason to play 17 lands. Also the Oaken Sirens count as, you know, actual mana sources for my artifact spells, especially blue ones, because this adds actually blue mana, not just colorless. So let's see, the total number of artifacts is 15 out of 28 right now. I'm gonna cut easily the Sage of Days, I don't need it. Any other easy cuts? I don't think so. Oh, there's an Ancestor's Aid, I don't need that. Alright, all the other cards I do want to play. Oh, maybe the Sentry. I mean, it's actually not so bad when you do have this amount of artifacts, and I even have, you know, this only cares about the artifacts entering my side, so it also, you know, the Waterwind Scout works with it. Anything else? Not really. Well, I guess the Appraiser can hit a artifact pretty easily in this deck, so yeah. The Sentry is going to be able to attack fairly often. The jump is just a shock in this deck, but it's still a... I mean, it's a sorcery speed shock that doesn't even go to face, but it's still 2 damage for 1 mana, and sometimes the opponent might have, for example, the 4 mana flyer that is a 3-2. That comes with a friend, but you can get some nice tempo by dealing with a more expensive card by killing it with this one. You know, even if it's just a 2-2 for 2, you still get to get rid of it with 1 mana, and there are a bunch of 3 mana cards that also have only 2 toughness, so this can be quite good. Despite it never dealing more than 2 in this deck. The Sentry... Now I'm of course playing the Ingenious here with this number of artifact spells, so I really don't want to cut artifacts, which means that I will probably play the Hot Foot now, mostly because it does synergize with things. The Wailing Pirates is... I'm gonna play it because it's also basically a 4 mana 3-3 that taps and stuns an opponent's creature. It's almost guaranteed to do it in this deck. So the Brazen Blade Master is maybe something I could cut. It does benefit from the high number of artifacts I have, but it also... And yeah, it does also... It's a pirate for the pirate hat, so it's easy to equip it. My total number of pirates is, by the way, 9, so my pirate hats have many creatures that only cost 1 to equip. But I still think this is like the least impressive card. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is the low number of creatures. There's actually 12 non-creatures. Why is it even that many? I have equipment. I have 3 equipment in the deck. The Inverted Iceberg. You know what's true? The fact that when you have multiple pirate hats, you might, and especially because your cards really don't need more mana than like 4 or 5, and even the Galleon can be cast with 4 lands if I have the Siren around. Well, I suppose even with, you know, 3 lands or even 2 mountains if I have 3 or 2 Sirens. But anyway, point is, this is good in decks that get easily to 6 mana. That now I just realized that the quadruple Oaken Siren actually helps me transform this thing. So it's a really tough one to decide. On turn 2 it doesn't affect the board, but it does build, you know, to your synergy stuff. Let's see how many instant or sorceries. Only 2, so that makes them, you know, the Brass's Tunnel Grinder quite good. And the Iceberg helps there. The Miller card has like 38 out of 40 chance to hit a permanent spell that will also combine with this Tunnel Grinder. And yeah, I don't need 6 lands to transform it. I can just use Oaken Siren 5 lands, or in some cases 4 lands might be enough to get this transformed. Oh, because I was really thinking about just cutting the Iceberg and the Blade Master. I think I'm gonna cut the Blade Master regardless, and now the choice is between the Sentry and the Iceberg. And I think the Iceberg has a larger upside. For example, in games where I don't draw the pirate hats, but I'm still flooding out. I know I could also cut the blowgun, but I actually like it in decks that have these kind of small creatures that might not do much later in the game, but if I can give them +1/+1 and death touch, they will hit for at least, even the wrestler hits for 2, or they have to lose their blocker, unless it has the first or double strike, of course. But I think the blowgun can be also with the sirens. Nice. They can even be 2-3 blockers. Of course, this doesn't give death touch when you have a blocker. It's on their turn. You get only reach. Yeah, I could cut the blowgun, that's for sure. I want to give a chance to the dosing device. That's also a card I could cut, but I want to give it a chance with the quadruple Oaken Siren here. And Gnome is here mostly just to being an artifact spell. Yeah, I guess I want to make the Ingenuity as good as possible. I will play the artifact, I will cut the Shipwreck Sentry, and it's a card I can sideboard in if a 2-mana 3/3 is particularly, seems good in a certain matchup. So that's it. Only 12 creatures, although the Ingenuity will create me more creatures. Are there any? Well, I suppose this is a kind of a creature as a vehicle. Anything else? Well, okay, the Zoetic Glyph gives me a creature. Yeah, I have a fairly decent amount of, ways to actually get board presence here. This is the deck, and it's pretty easy mana-wise. Let's put the cave here. I didn't take the red cave. Oh, was it the dowsing device pack from which I was thinking about taking the red producing cave, and I took this. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play even mana here. 8. Yep. That's it. Blue-red, nothing original for this format, but I think the draft really easily took me to this direction, and it's very, when you have a Exotic Cliff, you really want to kind of stick to the possibility to be able to either play blue as your main color, or at least splash this in a deck that has enough artifacts, and I got there. I think this deck is quite nice in the end. On the play with I'm gonna keep it. I have 15 artifacts or so in the deck, so I'm gonna be quite likely to draw an artifact by my turn 4, and I have the mana here that works. And opponent did mulligan already, so they are now thinking about their 6-card hand. They kept 6. I have this, which doesn't have haste or anything more necessarily have anything like that on the next turn either. And if I draw an artifact that costs 2, do I even want to cast it on turn 2, given I have the Ingenuity? Now I don't have to, care about it because I didn't draw. Okay, there is one artifact there, which I'm not gonna play to make this into a 2/2, because of course I want to have a 3/1 out of that. But this only triggers once per turn, so if I draw another cheap artifact, I don't know if I'm going to actually, play it. Now I'm gonna play my artifact, of course, because that's gonna improve the size of the Tomb Raider here. And I think because I don't have any other artifact waiting, I'm gonna take it slow and well, this actually can deal 3 in this deck thanks to the Ingenuity. Let's play another artifact just in case they kill the Siren mid-combat, so to keep this. Although I'm gonna get a treasure token here. This is gonna be a 2/2, so there's no reason to actually give them any additional information, so yeah. Also nothing is happening because they mulligan to 6, kept a hand that doesn't have any other color, so this is game over on the next turn, of course, just based on what I have here. This is 10 power exactly. Oh, they have a Bone Horde Dragosaur. Now that is one way to get back from this situation, of course. Now before that I'm going to, of course, discover 3 here. And I got a Pirate Hat, which is a nice one to have here. And I will, of course... Jump doesn't do anything, this has first strike. So they're gonna eat one of my creatures. Well, they will do that. Equip a pirate here. And attack for as much as I can. They will go to fairly low life total. I will get to... I'll get a treasure, but also get to loot away them. Guess I'm gonna play the Cataract this turn. So they block a 3 power creature, go down to... Yeah, 2-2. I mean, they really need a great set of draws here. They're gonna get even to 2 new spells here. Okay, Upgrade and Appraiser, these, and they get the treasure here, of course. So they can do both of these, but it's just... because I have the jump, so I can kill the Appraiser here. So it depends on what they're gonna discover into. They have to use all the 6 mana. I mean, the 5 lands and the treasure. Of course, they might have a land drop. But they killed 2 of my guys. I mean, they only killed 1 actually. But this is gonna give them a blocker and potentially another blocker or a kill spell. And they have a blocker in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures here. Although one of them is not lethal. They can take the Siren without dying. If they can deal with the 5 other things by either killing or blocking them. Okay, they get 3 additional life. And now they can... So do they have a land drop? Are they gonna miss out on the Appraiser? I can actually kill the King Collar because these are 3-1 dinos, so I'm gonna be able to do that even if they kill one of them. But do they have an upgrade? They can't cast both of these. They don't have a land drop, or if they do, they have something else. They have the torch equip, of course, up here, so they are not really in a position to attack. They are. I mean, well, that's kind of good for them. Now my jump isn't gonna work. But this is just a lethal attack, isn't it? I mean, they block the 3-2, take 5. What's going on? I even have this, but it's not necessary. I don't have to show them any other card. They can block the 3-2 and take 5, and that's it. Okay. I guess I have to show them something. I even had the crack here, but I don't need to, you know, give them any information. I don't have to. This would have also been... Yeah, it's quite good actually with the Oaken Sirens, and I do have 4 of them. This might be the... I mean, a very good deck for the Dowsing Device. I just haven't used this card much, so and when I have used it, it hasn't impressed me. So that's why I don't hold it in such high regard. But yeah, they have a Bonehoard Dracosaur, and I don't have a Disdainful Stroke or anything like that to sideboard in. I have a Hurl into History. Oh boy. So this is a red-green dino, by the way, as you see. The Kin Collar. That is a deck that has quite often, you know, big spells. I mean, by big I mean high mana value spells. I already saw a bum I kind of need to deal with. And also, red-green quite often plays a high, you know, there's a lot of, you know, just sorcery speed creatures. So non-flash creatures, because most creatures are non-flash, of course. So because the most annoying thing that can happen with this is that you pass with 5 mana up so that you had something you could have cast, but you rather pass with 5 mana up so you can maybe hurl into history something, and they take their turn and they play like a 1 or 2 mana spell and they pass the turn back, or maybe even play no spell. But red-green is probably going to tap out on their stuff quite often, so and especially because I saw the Dragosaur here, I'm going to play the hurl into history here. I'm not sure if I care about the rest of the stuff. I mean, the Ancestor's Aid might work. I think the blowgun is actually not so bad. I have to make a decision about what to cut, though. This is not going to be easy. I'm going to cut the gnome here. I'm going to maybe Dowsing Device this thing. I'm not going to sideboard anything else. I'll just keep this. So I want to try the hurl into history. If it would, for once in my lifetime, actually get something good. Okay, this is a very good hand. It also is a hand where I could consider, for playing the wrestler on turn 1, but I guess I'll just rather turn the siren into a cliff, so let's... There's not gonna be a haste there, or is there? I don't wanna play the island because that kind of tells them that I have the wrestler here, although I guess I could have shift entered, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna play this. If they had like a potential for a third land, they could have a hot food gnome, and then it would be wise to leave one up for that, but yeah, let's do this now. There's the tunnel grinder, which is gonna be also pretty good. They're gonna just forest cycle, so they no play, or maybe there is a play. Okay, Lawkeeper, that's a good one. I think I'm gonna choose to take care of the Lawkeeper with the idol here. I do have 4 mana. I just don't have any use for the one. I mean, I can play the wrestler, but yeah, the burnings on cavalry. Because of course I could just play the cliff right now, but if they have a Dracosaur on the next turn, it's not like the idol. I mean, they're gonna have it on the following turn if I kill the Lawkeeper now. But what I really like here is just to actually use the cliff on the idol on the next turn. Although I might want to play the tunnel grinder. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's go. Let's go here. I just hope they won't have the Dracosaur. I can block with the wrestler because, I mean, sorry, with the siren, because the wrestler is gonna give -2, -0, but they have a rock slide, which means that, well, I'm not gonna tap for the mana for the wrestler here. I'm getting another siren. I don't have another cliff though. So I go to 16, and now it's time to... I kind of want to play the tunnel grinder though. I can't do it post combat. I can attack for because I can tap this for artifact mana, and I can easily discard a mountain here. I think I will keep the rest here. So I do this. Have a little bit of an attack going on for the siren. Because if I play this now, of course I have to tap this and I can't attack for any damage. It has vigilance, so I should attack for 2 now. And let's see, because I will draw now 2 cards, because I will discard mountains, I will draw that much +1. Yep. And this will transform at 4 artifacts, so that's gonna happen. That wasn't a good set of draws. Maybe I will get a pirate hat. Okay, no bone. Okay, they have a 7/7, which is annoying. But with the idol, I think at this point I'm not gonna kill the Lawkeeper. Oh, that was a nice one. So let's see. If then transform dowsing device if you control 4 or more artifacts. So this will be transforming. Because of course I'm going to tap down this. I was going to kill the cavalry, but there's no way to get a counter on this thing. This deck is not going to be great at descending. But let's see now. If I do this, I will attack for quite a bunch actually. But then I won't have mana for... yeah, I think I have to lock this guy down. And then I can block with the wrestler and all that. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna do that. So let's just tap down the Stumper and let's stun it for a turn. Only attack for 1. But now I can block the cavalry with the pirates. And use the wrestler. It will turn the device if they don't respond with some kind of a way to get rid of my artifacts. Axe Jaw. Gonna show something. Okay, Etalis Favor. It's a good one on the Stumper for sure. I need one of my bounce spells. I have a Brachis Plunder. I think that's the only one I have. But here I will be doing this. They have a Malamet Scythe, which is actually not gonna help them, because I'm gonna also trigger my dowsing device here, so... I mean, it's gonna help them so that they are not going? Yeah, I will. It's a trade because this will still deal 3 damage. But at least, and I was wrong. It wasn't enough artifacts. Why wasn't it? Wait a minute. It was. Oh, because this had 5 toughness. Yeah, I kind of forgot the toughness boost. So I didn't need to do the wrestler there, but oh well, I did it. Now I can use the. This is a sorcery speed thing. Idol here, killing. I'm facing what? Lethal attack. That's not good. So if I idle in the face. Oh, if I don't kill the lawkeeper, it's. I have to take the 7 because they can use mana. Okay, they have the Ethal's favorite too. Oh, this is bad. I somehow thought this is gonna die. Because but it had 5 points of toughness, and I had 3 plus what? 1, 2, 3. I don't actually understand anymore why did it not work. Wait a minute. Ah, now I remember. I actually thought the front side does the same as the back side. You know, it's not plus X plus. It's always plus 1 plus O. Yeah, that's my mistake. Sorry about that. I have to do something now. I think I'm gonna lose here now because what I can do is this, but it's not gonna be enough unless it's gonna be enough to win on the next. I need 2 blockers here. That's the thing. They have too much damage coming up. But next turn, if I have the idol, if I lose the wrestler though, and yeah, I haven't really been able to do much good with that thing. Okay, they have a pirate, which is. It's gonna matter enough that they can use the Stomper's ability. Oh, that's nasty. They could have. I mean, they had to hit something that has the treasure as an ETB. Wow. Oh, they don't use the ability. What's going on? I mean, now I'm taking only 11 here. Is this a victory for me? I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is gonna be 4th. I think this is victory. I don't know why they didn't use the Stomper's ability. They had 4 mana up with the treasure. And that would have been awkward. But they didn't. I think I have enough mana to do all I want to. Yeah, the front side is always plus 1 plus 0. I actually thought it's plus X plus 0. If it was, it would actually be sick. So, yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be enough. Because I will have the mana here. Thanks to having this Oaken Siren. So, they get to. I hope I'm not wrong, but I think this is now enough. No, it's not. What is going on here? I actually thought it's gonna be enough. I can't do the math with this thing. I counted 2 plus. Well, I mean, it is only 4 here. Okay, yeah. I mean, they have blockers in the ground, so yep. I mean, I guess it was my only play here. If I do the pirate hat, don't think yet because this 2 damage plus 1 for this. I think it was the only way. So I don't think I made a mistake that made me lose here because I was losing anyway. But I'm not really happy about my math skills. Well, it's actually quite late and I had to make this draft now because I need to have this up for tomorrow, and that's also why my voice is a little bit worn out because I don't usually stay up this late, but now I do, and I guess I'm paying for it with my lack of focus here. So I actually don't like this card. I don't know why I thought that the front side does the plus X plus O, but this would really be good if, I mean, plus, 3 plus O for free and haste. Now I don't think I'm convinced about this card's, ability to be good. I guess in some other matchup, but the plus 1 plus O is too small of a pump when the opponent is playing this. I mean, it's good for the flyers, but I don't have that many flyers, and the the opponent has a lot of big creatures, so my ground guys having +1/+0 isn't gonna be that great. So I'm going to cut the device. I will play the 8 instead. That actually has some function. And any else? I mean, this didn't do much either. I have a very few ways to. I mean, I guess the pirate hats are a good way to give me those descent triggers. But how often on my turn? I guess I still played, I could play some actual creature, but I will still give a chance to the tunnel grinder. Fine, let's do it. Well, I didn't win with the cliff on the previous game. Well, that's basically because they had the removal for the 4 toughness creature, and I only discovered it into the Oaken Siren, and I didn't have anything like a pirate hat. In the end, I got them to 1. If I was able to if I did attacking them in my final turn, they would have been at 1. So I didn't need much in that game. Okay, please something I can use this thing for. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna give them any free rummaging, so I'll just immediately use this. And then on the next turn I can play the pirates or I can play the cliff, whichever seems like a better option. Okay, well, nothing really to tap in terms of a creature, so it can tap artifacts, but tapping the torch is not much help. So let's see if they have the Rambling Rock Slide or an upgrade here now. I will get my Discover 3 regardless. Okay, that can still hit the upgrade. It didn't. Ancestors 8 means that if they're gonna go for double block, it's good for me. But let's not forget they can still have a Bonehoard Dragosaur. Okay, I actually need the treasure to cast this thing. Now I'm gonna wait with the pirates. I think they are gonna double block. And I will cast the 8 here now. And that still allows me to cast the pirate hat. But now let's see if they have the Dragosaur. I have my 1 actual, removal spell for it. I'm not playing the island yet. I might want to loot it away. I can't equip this with 1 mana anyway, and I'm not gonna use the treasure for equipping, but because of it's my second red source. So I guess I can hope now that they have a Dragosaur. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It would be great if they tap out for it and I get to kill it. Okay, they have decisions. So I don't think they have Dragosaur because I don't have a counterspell mana. I guess I could have the Rambling Rock Slide of my own, and they want to have another target for it first, but that's not what happened. Natalis favored showing up a cavalry here. Okay, so now I do think that... Oh, hell in the history. Now this is the annoying part here. Oh boy. Because I have relevant spells to cast here. Now they might have the 7/7. They might have it. I can also... I mean, I could actually just let them double block. You get to, Discover 3 if they double block. I know I can just play the Galleon here and kill this guy. But I'm thinking about the 7/7. I guess I do have the pirates for it. Maybe I should actually kill the Lawkeeper if that's the case. Yeah, that's the better one to kill. I will get another treasure from this Galleon's ability too. I have one timeout here, so this is not easy. I don't even want to play the island here because I might want to loot it away. At some point, Okay, let's go with this. Because it's so annoying to keep mana up for the Hurl into History. It's so annoying. Now they at least need a second green mana to actually, get the 7/7 down. And if they do have a forest, I can still tap it and stun it down. Just to wind the cliff. So this was my only clean out on the Dragosaur, but because they didn't play it earlier, I was kind of convinced that they don't have it in their hand. So I wanted to use this now. I got my treasure back, because this also has the ability that when my opponent's creatures are dealt excess non-combat damage, I get a treasure token. Okay, I'm gonna play the mountain regardless, so I can just I think I now could leave mana up for the Hurl into History. It's not a bad idea. Although, I don't know. It's kind of tempting just to, tap down the Burning Sun Cavalry and then crew this and attack for 10. Yeah, I mean, this has to be better. The Hurl into History is like a little bit of a weird card. So this is gonna be tapped down. Do this. This is 10 damage, so they have to do something. I could use my treasure to loot. I'm not gonna use the treasure yet. I will have opportunities to loot later on. So upgrade perhaps. Disturbed Slumber. Okay, they can block, they can double block the Galleon, I guess. Sure. Oh, it will die. The land, I mean, I actually want to keep them at low land count. And now I can just do the Equip Pirate with this. And now they would have to have like a land Dragosaur somehow to make me really regret not having mana up for this. Okay, they will get life if they have a dino in their hand. They have a Scytheclaw Raptor. Okay, fair enough. Which I guess I'm gonna counter with the Hurl into History, but now I will be looting. Yeah, let's make the trade. I could make this into... I guess I can make this into 5 toughness creature, but I also don't mind if they block the idol here, because I will get to discover 3. The thing is, I might want to have my mana up. I'm not gonna use 2 mana to equip the idol. I'm gonna just do this. I think they're gonna block the pirates. Yep. Again, I have a spell to cast or leave mana up for the Hurl into History, but now I know. Okay, they actually let me discover 3 here. Iceberg, that's a nice one. And, well, I mean, I should do this, right? It's just gonna have to happen. It's too good to pass up. Now, if they play the 4-3, I don't have to care about it. I have the Titan, which is gonna tap down one of their blockers if I so choose. And if they drew a 4-mana dino, I'm not gonna be scared of that either. So this should be a wrap. I guess if they drew an upgrade, doesn't seem to. Okay. So now they have to basically block both of these guys. That will be. I even have this thing. No reason to do anything pre-combat. Let's do this and tap this, so they actually have to double jump. And that should... Oh, well. Well, let's actually win instead. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. So, sorry about the game 2, math mistakes. But let's say that the reason was that I haven't played that Dowsing Dagger, or what it's called, a lot, and I'm also a bit tired. So let's try to focus better in the next matches. On the play, I'm getting these good starting hands here. I have the dosing device in my main deck, but I think this can still be good in some other matchups. Oh, the opponent went to 5. Well, seems like it's somewhat of an easy mode. because in the previous game or previous match, the game won by the opponent was them not having their second color after mulliganing to 6. Now, I could have actually played this on turn 1 if I played the island because I can. Well, no matter. I'm just gonna do this now. Okay, that's not bad. 2/2 haster for 1. Don't need the cataract. And well, I kinda think that I am supposed to play this and the dowsing device to make attack for 3 in here and start, you know, because next turn I can play the scout. It will attack for 3 because it will create the map token which will trigger this dowsing device, and I'm close to flipping. And this will also be me a red producing land with an ability I can just use for, you know, its mana, not necessarily for the pump. So they have a 1/1 double striker. And I have a gnome here, which is not good against the 1/1 double striker. It would be if I had the wrestler mana up, but since I don't, I can just trade with the Dawn Runner. So I'm gonna use the scout here, and I'm gonna haste it up, attack for 5, and no matter, they have a more valuable 1/1 double striker. They don't wanna trade with my Tomb Raider in here. They might have ways to enhance its power, of course, but with the bounce spell and double cockwork wrestler, I'm not too scared. This has to be Dreadmore's Ire, which it is. Which are they going to choose to kill, the device or the iceberg? Iceberg is still long ways of happening, so I understand them getting rid of the device. Besides, they do get 2. I mean, it's okay. The Dreadmore's Ire with double striker is kind of nasty. They choose to kill the map token instead of the iceberg. Well, that is a shame now, because they also did deal, you know, 6 instead of 4 damage. Oh, well, I mean, I don't like how that turned out, but I'm gonna attack for 5. I don't think there's really, because I can use the Tomb Raider to block the, I mean, I can leave the gnome to block the raptor actually. Even the scout blocking the rat is something I could do. I guess I'm not in a position to raise. But I will deal 2 in the air and they will deal 1 lifelink. So basically we both lose 1 life versus me leaving this as a blocker. They have only 2 cards I don't know about. I have the wrestler here up. But yeah, this Ire was a little annoying actually. I was interested in having the land there. Okay, they can... Okay, they choose to kill the scout instead of the gnome. So I can still trade with the raptor if they want to attack. They don't. I'm not gonna use the cockwork guy right now. This needs double red or blue, by the way. But I have Oaken Sirens too. They tap for blue. Well now, I guess they don't have crafting materials for the idol yet. It will be annoying with the Dawn Runner for sure. I don't like playing the cockwork wrestler because they have the raptor. I'm taking 4 extra from that. But it is a stalemate, they can deal 1 per turn. I really hope they would be blocking with the Dawn Runner if I attack with the gnome right now, but they know that it has to be a wrestler. Okay, let's play the land because I need to do it just to so that I draw an island. I can craft this thing. I don't think I can do anything else. I mean, I know I can bounce the bat, but that seems so bad. I can take 1 here. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Well, the glyph is good. That It certainly is. So if I bounce this guy right now, I get a map token which I can... Because if I do bounce a tapped creature, I get a map token, but I don't have a double blue, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I really need double blue here. Okay, let's do this. I kind of want to also just use the map token to maybe draw the second blue. I don't really want to use the cliff on the iceberg because I'm so close at making it just a 6/6. It's a very relevant threat. So, okay, I think I want to have the double blue more than having the cliff. They have the raptor to block the cliff anyway. Okay, there is the blue. So now what I can do is I can make the gnome into a 5/4. But then they have a pretty good attack on their turn. No, I don't like it too much, but I guess I have to do it because on the next turn I will, transform the iceberg. Are they showing? Okay, I was really afraid to have, something at the instant speed there. But yeah, let's go now. Attack for 5 and see what happens. I don't mind it dying because I would want to discover 3. They could have an exile a tapped creature with 3 mana. Okay, they had a saw blade. They take 4 for that. That is not so bad for me. And I discover into a Oaken Siren. I have plenty of these things. It's not a bad one because I have these wrestlers I might be interested in using up. Now they can do the... Yeah, they can craft this with the saw blade. So they have a 3 power double striker, but I can double block it. It will trade with both of these. But I will not take too much damage and I can make a 6/6 for myself, which actually is only gonna trade. Yeah, it's not great. Oh, they chose that way. No, sorry, they chose exactly what I thought they would. Okay, so I'm dying if I don't make any block, so I have to make some block. And I can only double block to kill one of their guys, to lose both of my guys, or jump block. Jump block to go down to 5. Now the wrestlers aren't really that good with the raptor being around. So I think I need to get lucky in here. Well, I can't take 10 here, so I have to make a block. Jump block doesn't seem to make any sense, so they can make this into 6 power on the next turn anyway. I'm gonna double block the raptor because it makes my wrestlers take, it makes me take 4 damage for each wrestler I play on their turn. So this is a little odd because I take more damage this way, but I guess I hope that's just a draw. And I will. They will have also this thing. Yeah, I think the critical turn was the Red Moss Ire on the Dawn Runner. That was the critical turn. I didn't even have that bad of draws in here. I had decent draws here. But now I will lose in the air. I drew a land, but unfortunately a mountain. So I can't do this and have the wrestler up. Well, you know what? Then I don't play anything. I haven't lost yet because I have a play here, but it's pretty obvious they are not going to attack with the Dawn Runner. They know what's coming. They know what's coming, and even if they do, it's not go so great for me. I'm taking 1 here. Okay, Gem Guard. They can make it into a 4/4 immediately. Yep, this was all downhill after they played the Red Moss Ire. It was too much tempo and card advantage in the 1 card, and also damage. Well, the Idol is good, Sadly, I don't have mana for all the things I want to have. I need the iceberg to deal with the gem guard, but I need the I need to do something with it with the flyer. There is just no way. I can't tap out for this thing I have lost already if I do that. So I can do two things here. Sadly, well, let's see what the opponent does. I guess I can also craft this, but the problem is they can also they can tap things to make this even larger. So I think I have to like jump block the gem guard, kill the bat, and block the Dawn Runner with other bat. Oh, they have a Talis favor there. Well, let's see what they have. Oh, I guess I could have used the idol for that. I'm so bad. Okay, I'm actually done when they get this thing. I'm never gonna climb out of this hole I have I have reached. Alright. Tectonic Hazard. Well, it's good against something. Oh, the ire is gonna be annoying. Well, it's good against the bat, and if this doesn't pick up a counter, don't think it's good enough. Ancestor's Aid, how about the device here? I think I'm gonna have the same deck now. I'm not sure if this is gonna be good in this kind of deck that hasn't got a lot of ways to actually, you know, get the decent triggers. Because I have had some difficulties doing that. Although the Pirate Hat works there. Well, I guess it's mostly that. Of course, just trading with their creatures works too. On my turn. Right. Dowsing device. How impressed I am. I guess I'm gonna just get the Ancestor's Aid. This time I don't need to hurl into history though. Yeah, let's try this. I think the blowgun is still a fine inclusion. I have had a lot of games where I have Zodiac Cliff, but it hasn't helped me win. And again, a very nice hand here, but although I don't think the hand in the previous game was that great because I didn't have any turn 2 play there, if I recall correctly. But here I do. I need another red for this though. This adds mana for artifacts, but not red mana. But on the next turn I can play Iceberg and a Siren here. If this Siren survives. This has Vigilance, so if they have the trap, it doesn't... It actually allows them to kill it once after I have tapped it for mana, but I don't think it matters really. I do this first just in case I draw something else I want to cast instead of the Siren. There's the Pirates, alright. Wouldn't have minded having access to the Pirates. I would have wanted to mill an artifact. Although if I lose one of the Sirens, it's an artifact in my graveyard. Dawn Runner. Now I'm not going to... Well, yeah. I'm not gonna even let them do their thing. Although I guess I could... Well, first of all, I'm just going to attack with these Vigilant Flyers. But I have a Wrestler, Double Block, and the Idol. So it could be a 3-3 double striker, which I should be able to deal with. But it's much safer just to kill it right now. Much safer. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. They might have like a double trick or something, and then it would be really awkward. I can use the idol to craft the 6/6, although well, now I need a mountain. Come on. Or a pirate hat, or the other equipment I have. Wow, this is not good at all. It's pretty horrendous actually. But oh well. Let's go. I'm not... I have so many artifact creatures in here that one of these is going to die and I can craft these for kind of free. At least one of them. So let's see. I do hope they're attacking. I will triple block in a heartbeat. And hope to draw out some kind of trick because of the double wrestler I have here around. Okay, well at least I have a good blocker on that thing. They do have still 5 cards in their hand. I guess it's just a matter of time when I find another mountain. Aspirant, sure. And the lifelinker makes sense. No attacks from there. Okay, there's a pirate hat, which I'm immediately going to play, and I guess I'm going to... I guess I can draw a red card, and all these things tap for the Clockwork Wrestlers, so I am supposed to use this. I can attack with one of the pirates, and then... Well, I have no idea what I'm gonna discard, but we'll see what I draw first. Bragg's Plunderer. Well, I think the wrestlers are valuable enough, because I could discard a wrestler so that I can actually craft these from using a graveyard thing, but I think the Plunderer is now still the card I am least interested in having. I'm sure the opponent is gonna play around one wrestler, but are they gonna play around 2? Okay, 15 cards deep, no second red source. I have 8 of them. Okay, they have a Carnosaur. Well, what does the Discover 5 hit? That's not nice. Lose one of my guys. I guess I have an artifact in my graveyard now, but the problem here, of course, is that this is a 7/6. This deals only 5. So it's gonna be really hard to deal with this thing. This is really not that great for me. It could have been worse, of course. I can block it with the iceberg. That is true. Okay, well there's the galleon. I don't actually recall how they scried because I was so focused on what I'm gonna draw here. Now, there's no point in not attacking here. Vigilance and all. Let's do this. Okay, this is easy. Discard here. So now I do actually have mana to have the iceberg. And I can use the wrestler on it. So as long as they don't have anything too crazy. Yeah, I still have a chance. Using the auto pass here, I don't want them to know about the one extra wrestler I still have available. Please no kill spells on the Titan. It could be an upgrade. Okay, a Chalice Favor, sure. Upgrade, oh come on. Ah, that is really bad. I lose my Titan. Oh boy. I mean, unless they like misclick into 3 damage, which is not going to happen. So I take 7, I suppose. Can't I take 10? Yeah, this game is over now. I mean, the upgrade there. Oh, yeah, because I can, play the wrestler and block this and take only 7, but how is that gonna advance my winning chance? I'm going to just use the galleon here and Oh, they have that too. I mean, that's another big creature. Because I thought that with the Galleon, I can still actually have a good block on the Carnosaur. But now they have another big thing. Although, yeah, and I needed the Galleon to kill the Bat. Because now, of course, I guess I can have the Siren to... Okay, well, let's not get despaired yet. I can attack for 3. Let's see what I have here. And now, do I need the land? Because I'm gonna have to have a blocker on the... double block on the Bat now. I'm gonna have to kill the Gem God. And yeah, if I discard the land, I can't play the Tomb Raider now, but I guess it's still more valuable to have the Tomb Raider up rather than an extra mountain. So let's get rid of this now. I can't just play the Tomb Raider on this turn. Alright, Galleon. Kill Gem God. That is gonna just grow out of hand. Now I am at 10, so that means I can still take some damage here because I can't block everything I want to. And I really hope they don't have a Dreadmoss Iron here. If I can still win this game, that would be pretty nice because the Carnosaur was really good, of course, but then the Italy's favorite just being able to discover into the upper raid was also pretty nasty, and oh, I don't like seeing that. Oh boy. Next turn they will have it transformed. So they are not gonna attack. Maybe they are attacking with something like the Carnosaur. But they are not attacking with the Bat, because on the next turn the Bat will be a 4/4. Okay, well, let's crew this then. And they can attack with the Bat after all. Okay. Well, they do that, so I think I'll lose only the Galleon in there. It will be a 5/6, so the Galleon, if they put the Galleon on top, which they do. So now I can save my Siren here, which I think I have to. So let's make this one into a smaller creature. They go down. They also get the Scry here, which I don't like at all. And they can do this. They have artifact in the graveyard even. Poetic Ingenuity should have been earlier. Yeah. But now I can make my Idol. Yeah, I guess I can have a block on the Bat. It will be a 4. Well, I suppose this will also be... Yeah, okay, let's just do this. Let's just do this, because it will also be 4 power. With the combination of these things. I don't know if it's gonna be enough given that what they have on the battlefield. But let's first see what I'm gonna get here. If it's an artifact, I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm gonna discard this Tomb Raider. It's gonna be better to have these on the next turn. Even though that means I can't play the 1/2 right now. These become big now, but well, let's see what happens. Either they use most of their mana to you know, turn the bricks, or they do something they wanna cast, and they probably won't have 7 mana after that. But yeah, now if they use the bricks transformation, I can still block the Bat here with my 4/3, despite it turning into a 4 power creature. They also, by the way, have gained a lot of life. I have made a lot of attacks in this game, and they're still at 14 thanks to the Bat getting them a bunch of life. But I guess it has been a battle for survival for me, not much of a battle for trying to raise for damage, because the lifelinker really makes that kind of situation hard to pull off. Well, let's see. I mean, they have an artifact in the graveyard, the Gem God, so they can just use the bricks here. But they're actually thinking about something else, which means they drew something good, which means I don't like it at all. I guess with me discarding the Tomb Raider also makes them think that I have 2 relevant cards in my hand, which is of course true. Okay, they choose to craft that. Okay, that is fine. So they have a Dread Mosire. That must be the case. They did not have a Dread Mosire. So they have another flyer. That must be the case. Okay, I think there was a better play for them. Anyway, I lost my mana producer, but I drew a land. So I'm just gonna go for the Ingenuity Hotfoot Gnome here. And am I gonna go for an attack in here? This is going to be a 3. I mean, they're gonna flip this. All of their creatures will be relevant sized creatures, so... yeah, I guess I need a blocker here. They are back to 19 thanks to this annoying bat. Although now if they... okay, I was just about to say that they actually lost the artifact from their graveyard, but they drew that thing and they also have that. Okay, what do we have here? Spring-loaded saw blades. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be tabbing my guys too much here. But of course this is just a very much of a... you know, the longer the game goes... well, I don't know if they are too advantageous yet, but once they have flipped this, every creature they will play, they will of course have the +1/+1, which is annoying. Well, there's the cliff, but I actually don't think it's going to matter a lot in here. I suppose I can take a treasure by attacking with the 3-1. I don't care if they use the saw blades for it. They probably will, but so be it. I will get a treasure and I can use the glyph on the treasure, so... if I'm lucky I can... well, no. This... okay, well, each turn. So yeah, even if this thing dies on the opponent's turn, and I discover into an artifact spell I can cast, I will get my 3-1 here. But yeah, let's get rid of the saw blades. They might also block with the small creature, but I don't care. I know I could have actually equipped this with something, but oh well. Doesn't really matter, the block would have been still good enough. I guess it's actually better to leave mana for equipping one of these guys. Actually I can... no, I don't have a pirate, so I can either... yeah, both of these are equipped too now. I can do only one of them. So I guess I'd rather have +2/+0 here. And they chose to save their saw blades, which is, you know, fine for me. Land which they decided to show me immediately. I like that. I like having information. They don't have an artifact on the... but they actually ate their equipment too. I think the +2/+0 equipment is quite relevant. I'm happy that they chose to eat that one. They don't even have a good attack now. Okay, okay. I have no more vigilant creatures, but I might still just go for the loots here. Yeah, let's go for the loots in here. Now they're gonna use their saw blades, I assume. But they're only getting a 1/2 with it, so no big deal. No artifact to cast this turn, sadly. But I suppose I'll just move around these things, and this is gonna be for the... here. They can eat one of their 2/2 tokens to turn the saw blade thing into a vehicle now. I could get my brushes thing now. Did I cut it? I don't think I did. I have had my best cards though, the Magmatic Galleon and the Cliff are both here, so I don't know if I can draw anything too amazing. I also have the Ingenuity, which of course means that any artifact I draw will be quite nice with an extra 3-1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I think I have drawn most of my artifacts. I have maybe like 5 or so left. Alright, another Etalis favor. No upgrades this time. They get a Cycloak Raptor. They can overwhelm the board, by the way. It's gonna be a 5-4, of course. So they're gonna be able to attack with everything very soon. I don't think this turn is it, although this 5-4 has not trample, which is annoying. But I guess I'm gonna just block with the Cliff guy instead to get the Discover 3 ideally into an artifact, so it would produce me a 3-1 as well. I do have my hidden Cataract yet too. 1, 2, 3 lands in the graveyard, 4th. 10. I think I still have 6 lands in the deck. Alright, they did not. I did neither. Well, I can attack with my 4-3 into what they are holding here. I know it's risky, but I need to loot into something that I can use. Because they can just attack with everything on the next turn, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna beat that attack, but I can even, crack the Cataract. Guess I can do it and play the Tomb Raider. Well, let's crack this. Ideally an artifact. Well, this is not bad either. Actually better than an artifact. And then an artifact. Yep. So that's gonna give me a 3-1 as well. And I think I will also play the Tomb Raider here, just to have a nice board here. I could tap this. I mean, yeah, this is my only mana source. I'm also down to 12. This is the game number 2. What is taking so long? I guess it's hard because I'm at such a low life total, and they are not thanks to this bat that was enhanced. Gaining, I attacked a lot in this game, but they are back to 19 thanks to the bat. Alright. They're gonna use one of the tokens to get a vehicle that will be a 6-6 thanks to the kiln, of course, but I can attack with the Siren, although I might get... you know what, I might get decked here. But they have no way to block a flyer here right now, so let's attack with as much as I can here now. Well, that's 4 damage and a loot. Yeah, this is a 6-6, so... I mean, I guess I could move some equipment too. I'm not gonna do that. Just attack for... undo. Attack for 4 in the air. Loot into an artifact, perhaps? That is an artifact. Okay, I like that, in fact. Because it gives me more opportunities to attack with my creatures. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. I would say that's really nice. I'll move this on the... on their turn it will be only a reach, but yeah, I'm gonna move this here. Because then I will also generate treasures when I'm attacking, which can be relevant. So I was actually able to build a bigger board, but that is thanks to the Poetic Ingenuity. It's a really good card. They're gonna explore into something. Deconstruction Hammer. I don't like that, but I mean, what can I do? I have had good draws myself. They are allowed to do that too. Okay, it's a little bit... well, I guess, I mean... I'll draw 1 card when I play this. I am assuming to, lose a... well, not necessarily. I can't attack into the double striker here. Yeah, that's a little annoying. I want an actual card to go into my graveyard. to get a counter on this thing. And to do that, I have to actually move around. Yeah, I think I have like barely the mana for it. Ah, yeah, the double striker hitting a counter here was really bad. It was really bad. I guess the cliff can turn into a thing. They're gonna kill the cliff anyway, so I don't want to loot now, actually. It's a little risky because I have only 8 cards in the deck. So, well, actually, maybe I still will because I don't wanna. I wanna deal maximum damage here. Let's just do this equip here then. And I'm going to now attack with the cliff because it's about to get killed. I have to loot. I can't decline the loot. Well, the 8 isn't bad. It really isn't. But the grinder also makes me have a 3-1, which is gonna matter. Oh, I kind of forgot that they have the Carioter. Okay, you know what? I forgot it. I have to get rid of that because I need my 8 here. I'm so fool. I knew it on the previous turn, but now I forgot that they have a... I was so occupied with the fact that they have a Dawn Runner in there that I forgot that they also have a 6-6. But I was lucky enough to get the 8 here, so let's just do this. So moving around the equipment or not. I think I should really preserve my time here. I think I'm gonna like move the hat on the Tomb Raider because I think they might also use the hammer to kill the siren. I don't want to. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't have enough time. I need to win this game and the next one, so let's just play quickly. But that means I will make mistakes here. If they attack with everything, I think I have enough blockers. They anyway have to tap one of the creatures to kill the siren. And of course that also means that if they attack with everything, I have a free reign of a counter attack. Yeah, so I think they're gonna kill the siren before attacks, so I need to attack. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take this Hunter's Blowgun, move it on the Raider there. And I think I'm also going to move it. Okay, they might do the cliff thing too. Okay, I think they have to kill the siren though. So I'm gonna just attack with this guy. I'm not sure if this is smart to use all the mana for this. But I think they need to kill the flyer. It just feels like something they have to do. And yeah, I'm looting here, I'm taking soon, but I need to draw something that I can cast. I can win in a couple of attacks, I suppose. So I'm not too worried about taking here. I can deal 3 with the chomp now. Okay, they will trade. They will trade. And the hammer is gonna be used to kill the siren, I would assume. I don't mind getting rid of their trampler, by the way. But I'm a little bit afraid of my mana. My time situation here. Yep, that dies. But what is very good here is, of course, well, I will discover into a spell, yes. I don't think I'm gonna use the treasure map token because that might draw me a card. But what is great here is this. I get to get rid of this guy. And now I can move around. Do I have a pirate here? I don't. So yeah. If they attack with... Okay, I'm going to use this on, like, here. I don't think it matters too much. I use one of my treasures here. Okay, so now I'm actually winning this game, but 7 mana. 7 minutes. Yeah, I'm really tired. Man. Aspirant, fine. I'm not gonna give haste to anyone, so I'm gonna shift enter here. There's no action for me. That's gonna be relevant. another pirate hat, but you have to loot, and I will not loot. I know my deck is land and 2 unknowns. This one goes here, and I can attack with everything, right? I can play the pirate hat on the battlefield to get my 3-1, but this should be an attack with everything. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. They have a 3-4. Yeah, so let's not do that actually. Come on. Yeah, this is fine. A 3-4 can eat one of these for free. I mean, it still could have been a reasonable attack, but oh well. That's just a jump. And I don't want to use these to draw the card. I actually really need to be careful about. Oh my. Yeah, it had taken damage. Alright. I think I'm still winning, so let's not be too. But, you know, another mistake after a mistake. I was just wanting to have some kind of a. I mean, I'm not even worried about them attacking anymore, so let's just focus, shall we? So unfortunately, as long as they have the aspirant there, okay. So if I attack now with everything, they have to block the. I don't think it's worth the risk now. I don't have to do it. I mean, I will do it on my last attack. Because it seems like they have a trick of some kind. Now they do have this 2-2, but I can't block it or anything. Just move around this now. This here. Yeah, I lost my creature for no reason on the previous turn, but hey, that's that. Yeah, 5 minutes and 30 seconds. If I win now, is that gonna be enough? That thing has vigilance, so am I gonna die to a double pump or something? They didn't even attack with it. Right. Well, I think this is going to be it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they need 2 things to kill my guys. Yeah. I guess I'll make this Waterwind Scout survive. That makes sense. If they have a no removal. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with everything. I have so little time left that just do this. If they have a way to win this combat so that they have enough power to beat me. Well, they didn't. 5 minutes. Okay. Let's make no more mistakes. But yeah, I won because of the Poetic Ingenuity. I guess I needed all my good cards, the Galleon. That said, they had pretty good stuff too. You know, they had the Connoisseur. They had good Discovery into Upgrade. They also seem to have a pretty good deck. They have a double Dawn Runner with multiple ways to enhance its power. I don't like that. Any way to deal with that, like a Song of Stupefaction is a thing. I just don't like it too much. Is the Hazard? I saw more cards. There's a Midas Guidewing. These can potentially die to that thing. The Lurker Bat. That's maybe not quite enough. But I don't like the Hotfoot Gnome here against their double strikers. That's just how it goes. I guess I could play this because they have the Carnosaur in there. Like a Miser's Hurl into History. Yeah, I don't like it, but maybe I will. I also have to take into account actually that I'm short on time in here. 5 minutes to win on the draw. So I think I'm gonna actually play the Blade Master here, because that's gonna give me a 4-4 attacker. I can maybe kind of quickly finish the game. Also slightly interested in the roar, but maybe that's not so good necessarily. Yeah, this is still gonna be 13 artifacts. I guess I can win quickly with this setup. The Iceberg I still like because of the quadruple siren. It should be quite easy to turn it. I don't like the fact they have an upgrade in their deck to deal with it quite easily, but maybe I have a lot of good upgrade targets here regardless. Okay, let's do this, and if I lose, I hope it's because they naturally win and not because I'll run out of my 5 minutes. But now I will kind of have to play faster and, you know, have less explanation. It's a good time to have my first bad hand, but with the cliff I'm gonna keep it because cliff makes it possible to win quickly, and I even got lucky there. I don't have a 2-drop. I mean, if I'm gonna also draw a 2-drop here now, that would be almost unfair. They have a good start with a 2-3 there, and there is that, and I'm not gonna play the wrestler, so I'm not gonna play the island here. Do they have a mountain? Not yet. Doesn't mean anything. They might still have it. But as long as they don't have a mountain, that means they don't have a braid for the whatever is gonna get cliffed. I think I'm going to play the scout though. And I will just try to trade with the Dawn Runner, and then I'm gonna cliff up the map, because I think the blowgun can be more relevant. Okay, well, now I will need my wrestler here. I'll take 6 here. Okay, well, they still get in plains, not a mountain. Okay, so Blade Master and leave mana up for a... No, not the Tomb Raider. I actually need to have the... I need to have the wrestler up now. I think they do know it's coming, but I mean, let's see what happens. Yeah. I need... Well, this time it is gonna be time for the upraiser here. Which is gonna give me a 2-2, which is fine. And now I can attack for 4. I could attack with the flyer too, but... Okay, fine. I'm gonna attack for 6. 3 minutes 45 seconds. I guess they have the trap there. Or a jump block. Well, that's... I mean, if they are lacking red mana, I will... Okay, now that's the end of that. We are in the... If they have a Dreadmoss Ire here... Well, I guess there are only 2... Okay, there's that. I can take 6 now. They have a Guidewing, okay. 6 now, going down to 6, but there's not much I can do about it. I'm not gonna have a good block. I need to trample, so no reason to absorb damage, only a tiny bit. Oh, the jump is... Well, that would be really good if it dealt slightly more damage. Well, I'm not gonna lose to time here, so let's just play this thing here and jump. Gonna attack with this guy, of course. It's still gonna be a 4-4, and I guess with the upraiser I'll leave the flyer here. Yep, attack for 4. I have to leave the blocker for the Dawn Runner here. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna use the wrestler here. To save my upraiser, I need the wrestler on their double striking trampler. I can play the raider here. I have a blocker for the Guidewing. Okay, that's that. They have the Dreadmoss Ire. That would be kinda annoying. Well, I think I'm not gonna lose because of time, because I'm close to death if they, you know, have the means to pull a victory, and I have a fairly fast clock myself if they don't have. So that's fine. They do have a good deck, so I wouldn't be surprised about losing here. Now, can they upgrade this map token? They have a Natalis Favor in there, which is gonna give them a Ruinlurker Bat. Now it would be nice to have the thing that gives deals 1 damage to each of them. Alright, well, it's a fairly annoying thing that they happen to have this combination of cards. Guess I'll just do this and attack for a 6. I can't attack with the Blade Master. I guess I can, but it's a little risky. Fine, let's do it. I can't really play around many things. I think they take this damage and then I lose when they attack. The Dawn Runner is just... I mean, I wish I had my Brachis Plunder. Imagine if I had a Brachis Plunder here. That would be very nice. Well, who's gonna explore? The Dawn Runner even more or the Bat? I really hope it's the Bat because I'm planning to maybe kill it. Especially if it becomes a 2-2, which it did, and they have an upgrade. Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh. Anyway, this dies. I could have moved the blowgun and played the island, but I made the mistake of not doing so. Okay. 4/4 double strike trample, which I can make into a 2/4. I can triple block it, hope they don't have anything else besides the upgrade, and then I will actually kill it. They will still kill 2 of my guys, but it's kind of my only play. Two minutes 9 seconds. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna lose because of time issues. Wonder what the 2 other cards. There could be a Carnosaur. It is a double caster creature, but it can also be used for 3 damage on a creature, and it doesn't require more than 1 red mana. I think I'm gonna start with this. I wanna see what I draw here. I'm gonna ditch the island here. Also, it's more artifacts if they decide to do something with the upgrade before. Yeah, let's. I mean, I don't think there's really much reason to not do this. Maybe even this. I have to just be fairly aggressive here. As long as I have the 1 Wrestler, it's not too bad here. I mean, the Dawn Runner isn't lethal if it's a 2-power double striker. They can do that. That's totally fine. I get a thing which is gonna be this, which is going to kill the pirate here for sure. And then I will be still dealing 6 here. And I can use these to put equipment on here, and this is never gonna do anything. This is not the deck for it. It's good with the pirate hat, but again, there's no time for that. I wonder what the cards in their hand are, because they have had a lot of cards in their hand. Maybe they're just like extra planes. They haven't even bothered playing. Although with the clay fight bricks, I don't think that is the case. Okay, well now I'm just gonna have to multiple block that thing. There's no way I'm gonna do anything else than this. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna have a Dreadmore's Ire or something, but I'm having a bunch of toughness here. They will have effectively 8 power with Dreadmore's Ire, but at least the first strike damage isn't gonna, trigger the destroy an artifact thing. The second one is sadly it's gonna be 1 extra, so they can kill 1 of my artifacts. But I still have a lethal attack here, because I have 2 artifacts remaining. Of course, if they have anything, I will just lose. I mean, maybe I'll just get a bounce spell for this and I win, but look at that. Well, I mean, it's definitely worth. Let's see. Do I want to use... I mean, why not? Why not? I have a 30. Oh, I was saying I'm going to lose on time, but you know, I wasn't going to do that. But I'm going to lose on time if I don't do these things very quickly now. So let's do this here. Let's try to attack. And this is going to be 8 damage. And it's actually enough, and I'm at 21 seconds. But I did draw the Brachis Plunderer, so if they had like the spring-loaded trap here, I could have still bounced this and not died on my next turn. But oh well, that was too close with the time again. It's not the first time in my recorded videos. I barely ever have a sort of time when I play by myself, but it really takes some time to, you know, record these videos and try to explain what I'm thinking. I have been on the play in each of the games. That's now not happening, but now I'm getting the Tomb Raider Siren start. I have 2 of these, 4 of these, so it's actually about time this happened. So I have a 2-2 on the next turn, attacking, and then I can... Oh, wait a minute. I actually should belay the dowsing device. Because when the Siren gets haste, it can also tap for mana on the same turn. So on the next turn I can do... Well, let's see what they do first. Petrifying. I don't mind them petrifying that thing. Oh, well, look at this. Alright, this can be a little tough for the opponent to beat, given that all my cards give me a 4-3 now. They have one, I mean a 3-1. I do have one. They have a good blocker on that though. So yeah, how greedy am I gonna get here? I think I'm going to just attack here. They're not gonna block. Because every artifact I cast now means that... Well, if I played another artifact here, I should have done it pre-combat to enhance this guy's power. So I'm gonna be a little greedy. And you know... not play another card right now. Despite me being able to do that. I could have played both the Sirens. I would get only 1-3-1, but actually I could have attacked with 2 hasters there. The pirates to tap down. I don't think that matters too much. I'm taking actually only 3 because I have no intention of blocking the 1-1. I mean taking the damage because, you know, I have more of these 3-1s coming. Although I will get a treasure if they... and they chose to do that. So that's actually better because I prefer having the treasure. Now that's not a bad one at all. Let's do this so I can actually... Well, I think I should still, despite being able to kill the 3-3, I think I should... Well, actually I should do this. Yeah. And I could kill even a 4-4 now, but or 4 toughness creature. But let's do this. I'm gonna have to trade with the 1-1 anyway. I get 2 treasures here. And this is actually even... I kind of didn't realize that. That is an interaction that's available to me. I have this activated ability up here. So... Next turn I can play the Galleon. I suppose I could play it even now. But I'll just get rid of them. I got my 3-1 here. I will take the damage from the 3-3. I'm not playing any other thing. I mean, I should be in a very good shape here, given what my hand has. The Grotto with the Ingenuity is actually pretty sick. I won't get any hasters without using mana anymore. So let the dosing device slash geode grottos slash, you know, well, I mean, slash cave shine in one game. I can just kill that with the Galleon and get a treasure for my troubles. So that's pretty nice. Now, am I gonna haste up a thing? Because this, no, because I would need 4 total mana. I should have played the land here pre-combat to make that. So that was a mistake. And they, of course, understandably don't want to continue this game because this is just too much to handle. It surely is. The Pirates is just gonna trade with one of my million 3 I had the, well, all this going on. I guess I would have just attacked for 5 this turn and saved this for the next turn for yet another 3-1. But there's Poetic Ingenuity in action. That can be just awkward. I have also faced the card and lost games just because of that one thing. Alright, at least I have plenty of time. 27 and half minutes left. Anything for the tectonic thing? No, not really. Is there anything I care about sideboarding? Like again, the device did some work now, mostly because I also had the Ingenuity here. I think the Ancestor's Aid might be the better card, but let's give it another chance. But maybe let's understand that this is not the deck for the Tunnel Grinder. I have never gotten even close to transforming it. You need to actually have a deck that can, self-mill or do numerous effects in this available in this format that allow you to control when permanent cards can potentially go to your graveyard. I basically have the pirate hats now. So I'm going to cut the grinder. It is a good card, but not in this deck. Something worth noting is that the sideboarding in the previous match actually was kind of relevant because I drew the Blade Master and it dealt a lot of damage over the course of the game. Okay. Well, that is a mulligan. Well, I mean, drawing 2 lands is such a requirement, but I guess if one of them is an island, I can play this and get... Yeah, going to 5 or keeping this hand. I think the correct choice is keeping this hand. Of course, getting rid of the blunder. And this can be a fantastic hand if I draw in 2 draw steps, at least a mountain, ideally an island. And then I still need another. There is at least that. So now I have again 2 draw steps to find a land for the, one of the 3 drops. I don't like, of course, that the Siren is their turn 1 play, especially if they follow up with a 2-drop. No land yet, but getting the 1 means that I haven't missed a land drop yet. Even if I draw just a mountain now, I would be happy. Okay, they can enhance these guys. That's a pretty sweet curve for them, especially if I miss now my land drop. Even if I don't, it's actually kind of tough now. Well, I did, so I think game is over. At least not gonna be... Time is not going to be an issue in this match, because there's gonna be 1 game left and I have more than 26 minutes. Yeah, the problem here is that I can't even play the Ingenuity anymore. Well, actually I can if they have no place. Fingers toad. Well, let's see if I can get a land. Well, since I have no place, let's just go to the next one. Yeah, this is kinda almost worth playing a Tectonic Hazard. Should I have? It's quite nice play into this toad, but then again they still have the toad. It's mostly worth 3 life, but can be used for crafting. And if they play this on any other turn than turn 1, they can often just use the map token to make this into maybe into a 2-2. So Tectonic Hazard, probably still not worth it. But how about the Brazen Blade Master? I was quite impressed of what it did in the previous game. Should I actually play it again? Yeah, the Hot Foot Gnome is really bad when they have a Tinker's Toad. I'm not gonna play a 3-mana creature that only grants haste to my other creatures. So let's play the 4-4, 4-4 attacker instead. I think I still play all the other cards. Yeah, the roar is like... No, I don't have enough treasure or map token generating to make this really a worthy addition. So I think this is the deck. I'll be on the play, maybe with a good starting hand in this game. Oh, that's a third one-lander in the row, because I did have a one-landers in the 7 and 6 card hands in the previous game and never got the third one there. Well, I'm not keeping a 7-carder. Also, this is a pretty bad keep. I mean, I don't even have any good play if I draw another island here. Okay, this is nice. So, as much as I like the 8, it's just not gonna be the card to keep among this group of cards. I think the Siren is maybe my turn to... It has to be my turn to play now, because I don't even necessarily get this Ingenuity up. I might have to play and equip the Pirate Hat here, which is exactly... Wow. Well, I mean, I can't attack if I equip it, so I'm gonna attack regardless. I'm just thinking if I should equip it or not. I think I'm gonna use the Wrestler. Maybe the opponent thinks that I missed the fact that I can equip the hat also with the Siren. But of course, I have the Wrestler in here, which I would want to use to get rid of the Sunscribe. They have a free Scry waiting, so I think that even if they don't have a trick, maybe they're gonna go for the attack regardless. Let's make them Scry, and then, and making this into an O2 makes this like a pretty low risk double block. Okay, they do seem to have something, but it's not a double block. What was I thinking? It's gonna have to tap the Siren. I'm such a fool. Yeah. Mistake number 11 or something in this event. It's a wonder I'm still in the finals, having won the 2 matches and have this match tied. But yeah, I was actually thinking about double blocking that guy, but yeah, I just wasted the mana. I could have equipped that thing, but oh well. And now they know about the Wrestler too. Anyway. Do I prefer the hat or the blowgun? I can move around the hat easier with my pirates. I think I'm gonna prefer the blowgun because that... I mean, if I play the hat, I have to tap the Siren on my turn. Now I can at least play the blowgun and still have actually mana for the Wrestler now that this Siren is a 2-3, although I would attack into a 2-3. Well, maybe if they have a trick. Glorified of Suffering. So they're gonna sack a thing, actually. Well, I don't mind them sacking a creature to trigger that thing. Of course, I don't have a good... I'm in the same boat now. I can block it, but not double block it, so... I'm not gonna waste the Wrestler yet. No blocks there. I just can't draw the land. Well, let's try with this. Okay, I was supposed to loot first. Well, now that I milled another non-land, I don't think it's not... Yeah, I need to get... I mean, I kept a 2-lander, didn't I? I have drawn, what, 8 cards because I have mulliganed to 6. 8 cards, no land. Alright. I mean, the Idol, the Poetic, Ingenuity and the Cliff are good cards, but not if I can't cast anything. I mean, this is actually ridiculous because I still can't block either of those profitably. I needed a land drop, ideally an island, but I'm gonna actually lose this game with all these cards in my hand. The Galleon, the Cliff, the Ingenuity and the Upraiser. 4 first pick cards. I mean, they are gonna play something with 2 toughness for sure, but can I play a 3 mana? Deal 2 damage. I guess I can because the Siren makes me 1 mana for it. But if I'm gonna win the game, I might need all these good cards. Yeah, the idol goes away. I think I need to have the wrestler because I'm looking at 7 damage now, and that's just too much. I have to just use this to prevent damage. I can actually use it to prevent 4 because I can block the glorifier and then make it into a 2-3, so it's effectively preventing 4. They have gotten all these cries too. Yeah, it really didn't cost them much that. Didn't cost them much that they, sacked the actual creature for this pump. This pump was really relevant because I couldn't really play anything bigger myself. Let's see if they have a trick on the siren. At least not yet. Yeah, the thing is that the Ingenuity... I have had to play a lot of my artifacts before playing the Ingenuity. I will need the galleon here, so I need to have like a mountain followed up with... Okay, well... Sure. Okay, there is the mountain, so now... I lost my mana from the siren though, so the galleon is still 2 lands away. So I guess the only reasonable thing to do here is just to have this iceberg turned into an actual threat, and then hoping they don't have a pacifism effect, which I think I saw in game 1. If they have petrify there, that's gonna be bad. Okay, no petrify, that makes me happy. Well, do I even want to play that? It's annoying when they know about it. It's like I had only one of these left in the deck and it was the worst card. I'm gonna have it in my hand because it's actually gonna trigger the Ingenuity. So if I just draw a land, I think it's gonna be the choice over the... Okay, well they have an empty hand. This actually keeps a reach, so this might not be a big problem, but they just added 7 power to the battlefield and I have drawn 11... Well, I guess this was... Well, I don't care. I mean, I haven't drawn a lot of cards, around 10 at least. One of them was land, so... This is gonna be kinda difficult. I do need to play the Ingenuity, but I'm facing... Yeah, the fact they added 7 power just like that, that's just too much. I can block... There's a total of 12. So I can't do the Ingenuity here. If I just drew a land instead of this, I could actually have a very good turn with the Ingenuity and the Wrestler. That would be very good. Now, though, I don't have such luxury here. If I draw a land, I have to play the Appraiser, and I can actually equip here. So there's that. But they know about the Wrestler, so I mean they just have the information available. This is not gonna be... But I mean that does prevent some attacks from them. Let's see how they're gonna go. At least 3 in the air, but probably nothing else, yep. I can still draw a land for the Ingenuity and have the Wrestler up. That's true, and at some point I also need to... Well, that's the only tapped land in the deck. But I guess I'm going to just do this. I have a reach 2-3 now. I can use it to block the god. So if they attack with everything, I'm not dead. They can at least crack the Cataract they drew, so they will have a spell for this turn, no matter what. Let's hope it's not gonna be an interactive kind. It is a good one though, and they can even go for the... if they can make the Cloud God into 3 toughness, that's going to be annoying. I guess I need my Galleon now. Oh, no 3 toughness, only 2. That was really important, I think. If I'm winning this game, I think the fact they hit a land there is gonna matter a lot. Because taking 4 damage or jumping, it would be really horrible right now. I guess it wouldn't have been a jump though. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a jump because I could have blocked and then minused its power, but this is better. They get some scries, let's see how they go for the scries. Okay, top, I would assume if the first is top, the second will be top too. That's right. So before I block, I should play the wrestler here. I'm losing my ingenuity advantage, but I think I have to play the wrestler. So they don't have mana to actually to crack this thing. I use this thing, so that's good for me. Well, I think I will just wanna. Which is the creature I'm gonna save? That's the question. I can move around the Logan, but I don't have mana for that. So I think I have to save the reach guy so I can keep blocking that. That, and that. So I think it's a rather easy decision now, yeah. Because now, of course, I will block here, and I will block here, and I will eat these two to going down to 5. They did scry to top, but there's nothing much I can do about it. These are the blocks. And land wouldn't be bad. There's a land. Now, I don't know what they have there on top of the deck. It could be the 4/4 flyer. But... and I could kill it with the Magmatic Galleon. So can I actually play around it? They can bounce a thing, can they? Yes. I think that has a... doesn't 4 bounce a thing as an ETB. So... I still think I want to see what there's cried on top. And I have a decent turn with the Appraiser here. I could even play the Ingenuity here. But that doesn't give me board presence enough. I'm gonna do this. And the next turn I will play the Galleon in case they actually have the 4/4 flyer. That's fine. I know I could have left this thing for the Ingenuity, but I actually want to have 2 blockers on a flyer here. And is there a reason to move around this Pirate's Hat? There's no reason. I'm not going to attack either. So now this was the card, this cried on top. Is it the 4/4 that bounces? I think that's what I saw in the first game. It's a Larcenist. Well, I'm also happy to kill that. It has ward 1. So if they choose to... yeah, I don't think they're gonna make the Siren into... well, I mean, do I even care if one of these turns into a treasure? I mean, I care about the fact it's a 2/3 flyer more, but I can use the Siren to get rid of it, right? Unless they actually choose to turn the Siren into a treasure. Well, I can use their treasure also. Okay, so I have no 3/3, but I can still block the Sunscribe. How do they scry now? Okay, another top. I'm facing the same question here. Just trade here. I'm facing the same question here. Do I want to wait? I have a block on the flyers with this. I mean, this Siren can even block this. Oh, jump. Well, that's actually going to mean that I'm gonna just play the Ingenuity here. And I'm going to move this on here. And I'm not gonna kill anything yet. I mean, I can only kill a 1/1 here. And I hope I survive one more turn. At least now the Galleon will produce me a 3/1. It's a pretty close game, but I lacked so many land drops in the early game that's why I'm at 5 and they're at 15. Now there's the bounce thing. They can bounce for any permanent, don't land permanent. So no Hidden Cataract will be bounced, but it can be anything else. The good news is I can kill it and they don't have a lethal attack. They don't actually have a good attack regardless. I mean, even if they bounce one of my creatures. If they attack with all, I can block, eat a 1/1 for free. Yeah, they chose to actually get tempo by denying me the Ingenuity here now. Which I can live with. I do have a looting thing. I might still want to... I do have a treasure here. Now that I'm no longer even trying to kill the Larcenist, I might as well sack my... you know, this is just the Goblin Tomb Raider, who cares? Because I actually have 7 mana here, I can tap the Siren. Ah, but 7 isn't enough. Oh, but I have 8 if I play my land. Yeah. So, Is this correct? If I play the Ingenuity, I can still tap Siren and this Tomb Raider. I still have a blocker. Yeah, this is gonna have to be the correct play. I can tap this for artifact mana. So let's do this. Get a 3-1, kill the council, and get a treasure here. I have the jump now too, of course, but this thing has ward, so I can't actually pay for the ward right now. Not gonna waste it. I mean, I guess this was no relevant equipping available because the only thing I can equip for one is the siren itself. Now, okay, one card left. They don't have a good attack. Yeah, the Hunter's Blowgun, that's actually doing some work here. Alright, so now I think I'm not gonna bother with the Galleon. I'm going to move around the Pirate Hat for 2. Because I do want to loot away now the extra island. I might start drawing a lot of islands now. I don't care if they double block with the 1/1s or single block with the last nest. It's all fine. Yeah, now I get my lands, but I guess the Pirate Hat becomes valuable right now. I can loot away the lands. There's that. Okay. I think I can just wait here now. Any artifact I draw will mean more 3-1s. They are slightly flooded, but I was really, stuck on 2 lands, so I guess it kind of balances out. That way, both have some kind of mana issues. I don't even know how. They have a lot of non-lands here also, so maybe they are not even that badly flooded. I guess they are, because they conceded at 15 life with me not having really that big of a clock. I guess there was the Galleon. But this must mean that they have 2 lands in their hand. So if they had 10 lands and 11 spells in the deck, that's like it's more lands than on the average. I guess they just realized that if they have nothing else than these 2 1/1s, and I have an extra loot each turn while I can continue dealing damage, any artifact draw will give me 3/1s. The Galleon is a big attacker if I can start crewing it at some point. They didn't want to see how the game goes. Okay, well, that was quite an event. I mean, I would give myself like in terms of clean play, if 5 out of 5 is the best, or 10 out of 10 is the best grade, I give myself like a 5 out of 10, because there were multiple simple mistakes I made. If my normal playing is like 8 out of 10, nothing too major in the entire event. Now I had multiple mistakes that either cost or could have cost me the game. But I guess in the end the deck was strong enough to still get the 3 match wins. But also it was a good example of what can happen if you are not, if you are tired when you are playing. I'm not like a sleepy or something, but I have a somewhat long day behind me, and the only reason I hopped into a draft is that I have no video for that next day, so I wanted to keep my streak of draft every 2 days, and because I wasn't too sleepy, I decided to do this anyway, and I'm glad I did, because a 3-0 result was there with some tight games, and I guess if at this stage of format we can still learn something. I have had the Brasses Tunnel Grinder in several decks, and it has been good in all of them, but I think in all of them I had actual ways to get the Descent triggers without counting on my creatures trading with theirs on my turn. Because now I know that this is actually not going to be a good card in decks like this. You need to actively be able to, mill, or there are other ways to get Descent triggers reliably too, but that's one of them. And this deck really didn't have much going on other than the 2 pirate hats here. And the dowsing device, I'm still of the opinion that it's not the greatest. Well, especially if you misread the first half, it's only +1, +0 and haste. But it can work in decks that have 15 artifacts. And of course, if it wasn't clear, the Poetic Ingenuity, when you have 15 out of 40 spells are cards, not spells, but cards in the deck are artifacts. This is just insane. Alright, but now I get to actually go to sleep, and to you I say thank you for watching. It was yet another trophy, but I guess even with the mistakes that still somehow happened, but I would say the deck was definitely strong. Based on the deck, the trophy isn't a surprise. Based on my playing, it's a little bit of a surprise. Also, the one match I had, 20 seconds in the clock before winning, so that was that. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.